Welcome to Hollywood Bulletin, where the laughter you see on screen sometimes hides the real drama happening behind the scenes. And before we begin, a huge thank you. This is our 100th video. We couldn't have done it without your love and support. Keep supporting us by subscribing to Hollywood Bulletin. Now, let's dive into the real-life tensions that simmered behind the legendary sketches of Saturday Night Live. While SNL has built a legacy on comedy chaos and unforgettable characters, not every laugh came easy. In fact, some of the show's biggest stars clashed hard off-camera, turning dressing rooms into battlegrounds. Janine GOP's time on the show was marked by tension from the moment she joined in 1994. Already known for criticizing SNL's style and calling Adam Sandler's comedy childish, she entered an environment where many didn't want her there. Sandler, typically friendly, ignored her entirely until finally confronting her with his frustration. Garofalo, preferring to memorize lines rather than use cue cards, also clashed with longtime producer Al Franken, who exploded during a rehearsal, yelling at her to read the cards. Feeling isolated and disrespected, she left just before the season ended, later calling the experience one of her most difficult but educational. Will Ferrell and Catan were electric as the Roxbury guys, but the fun stopped when they made their 1998 film, A Night at the Roxbury. According to Catan's memoir, Ferrell felt betrayed when Catan began a romantic relationship with Amy Heckerling, who was involved with the film's production. Ferrell reportedly saw this as unprofessional and ended their friendship. Heckerling later denied the relationship entirely, calling Catan a liar and deepening the public fallout. Victoria was a standout on SNL in the late 80s and early 90s, but behind the scenes, she often felt like an outsider. While she believed some of her castmates were jealous of her small movie roles, others claimed the real issue was her behavior. Jackson frequently handed out Bibles to castmates and talked about salvation, which many found intrusive. Her relationship with Al Franken soured after she returned comedy audiobooks she found offensive. Their tension never healed, and Jackson's outspoken religious and political views later created an even bigger divide between her and the rest of the SNL family. John Belushi and Chevy Chase were never close. Belushi resented how quickly Chase became the show's star, receiving the best lines and most attention. Chase didn't help matters, reportedly mocking Belushi with cruel jokes. When Chase left during season 2, Belushi saw it as a relief finally getting a chance to shine. That tension exploded again when Chase returned in 1978 to host. By then, Bill Murray had replaced him, and the two comedians didn't get along. They fought just minutes before a live taping, trading personal insults and fists in John Belushi's dressing room to go live. But the scars from that fight lasted for years. Jane Curtin faced an uphill battle working with John Belushi, who openly said women weren't funny. She recalled how Belushi sabotaged sketches written by or starring women, mumbling through lines so they'd get cut. It was blatant sexism that made her job harder. Belushi's widow later defended him, saying he wasn't truly sexist, just misunderstood. But Curtin and others saw a different side, one that dismissed female talent and made equality in comedy a constant struggle. Charles Rocket was positioned to be the next big thing when he joined SNL in 1980, but his arrogance didn't sit well with Joe Piscopo and Eddie Murphy, especially as the audience started responding more to them. After a live episode, Rocket dropped the F-bomb on air, a massive mistake that got him fired. Meanwhile, Murphy and Piscopo became the show's breakout stars. Norm Macdonald never hid his dislike for Chris Kattan. In a 1997 interview, he bluntly said Kattan wasn't funny. Norm didn't just talk, he acted on it, once stealing Kattan's shoes on a flight and throwing them in the trash. Kattan later claimed it was all exaggerated, but stories from the time suggest the tension was very real. Tracy Morgan didn't feel welcomed by all when he joined SNL in 1996. He called out Sherry O'Terry and Chris Kattan for being dismissive and disrespectful. In his memoir and audiobook, Morgan slammed both, saying they acted superior without earning it. But he praised Will Ferrell, Molly Shannon, and Colin Quinn for treating him with respect. The contrast made his criticisms even more pointed. Morgan also had issues with Jimmy Fallon, especially Fallon's habit of breaking character during sketches. While some viewers found it funny, Morgan thought it was disrespectful and distracting. He even pulled Fallon aside and told him to stop doing it when they performed together. Fallon took it seriously, and over time, the tension faded. Morgan even appeared on Fallon's late-night show multiple times, proving they had moved past their rocky start. Nora Dunn and Jon Lovitz didn't get along either. Their personalities clashed hard. Dunn was a disciplined performer, while Lovitz thrived on chaos. When Dunn refused to appear on the controversial Andrew Dice Clay episode in protest, Lovitz accused her of seeking publicity. The cold reception she got backstage confirmed the divide, and not long after, both left the show, each remembered very differently. And there you have it, the secret rivalries, fistfights, and feuds that shaped SNL behind the laughter. These off-screen battles remind us that comedy is often born in chaos. If you enjoyed this look behind the scenes of Saturday Night Live, don't forget, this was our 100th video, and we're so grateful for your amazing support. Keep that love coming, like this video, subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin, and ring the notification bell so you